Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the July 3rd, 2023 Crest Hill City Council meeting to order at 7 p.m. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please, Chris.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin.
Present.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
John Rashay.
Here.
Darrell Jefferson.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Ken Overland.
Present.
Mark Sepiti.
Here.
And Nate Albert.
Here.
Joe Kubal.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, you have before you the minutes of the work session held on June 12th, 2023. With the corrections, motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Jefferson. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Rashay.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Ken Overland.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
And Joe Kubal.
Abstain.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And you also have before you the minutes of the city council meeting held on June 19th, 2023. Motion would be in order.
So moved as presented. Second.
Motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for the approval of the minutes of June 19th, 2023. Questions or comments? Roll call.
John Rashay.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Ken Overland.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to our city attorney, Mike Steff. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have one agenda item for you today. My understanding is at the last work session, which I did not attend, there was a request or a consensus by the council to suspend the operation of our special event ordinance so it can be looked at further to determine whether, as amended the last time, it is what the council actually intended. So what you have before you in your packet is a resolution that simply suspends the operation of the special event ordinance, specifically the fees for vendors at a special event, mobile food trucks and or merchandise vendors. And that is pending a decision at a later date whether to either amend this, change it, reinstate it, or keep it the same.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Albert for a resolution suspending the operation of Chapter 5.18, Special Events of the City of Crest Hill Code of Ordinances. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Ken Overland.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Rashay.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 1180.
I have no other agenda items, but I'm happy to entertain any questions you might have.
Any questions of city city attorney?
Don't
No.
elevate me to city administrator, please.
I just want to wish him a happy belated birthday. Hope he enjoyed his big day.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yes, I did.
Anybody else?
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I'm spaced out.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Moving on, city administrator, we have no agenda items. Public Works Department. Blaine Klein, our Assistant Director of Public Works, is on vacation this week, so I will work through the two requests that he has. The first one is to approve a pay request number 11 from Williams Brother Construction Incorporated with direction to send it to the EPA for approval and disbursement for a total amount of $568,445.77. You have information in your packet. This was discussed with staff and Strand and Associates for the payment to Williams Brothers, and it's the normal process that we do go through, so I would ask for a motion
So
for
moved
its
as
approval.
presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Albert for approval of pay request number 11 from Williams Brothers Construction Incorporated with direction to send it to the IEPA for approval and disbursement for the total amount of $568,445.77. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
Okay, the second agenda item for Public Works is approval of pay request number 5 from Vissering Construction Incorporated with direction to send it to the IEPA for approval and disbursement in the amount of $1,394,378.67. You have a lot of information in the packet, in your packet in regards to this. Again, Strand and Associates did sit down with staff and reviewed the attached pay request from Vissering. Everything is in order. I would ask for a motion for an approval.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderperson Oberlin, for the approval of pay request number 5 from Vissering Construction Incorporated with direction to send it to IEPA for approval and then disbursement. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
and Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
Okay, Blaine will be back on July 10th. Moving on to City Engineer, Ron Wiedemann. Good evening, Ron.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'm looking for award the contract, or looking for a motion to award the contract Precision Pavement Marking, Inc. for the City Center Pavement Marking Program, section number 24000000-00-GM, in the amount of $17,589.71. In your packet is the bid tab, award memo, also a plan showing the work that's being proposed. Is there any questions?
So move as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderperson Oberlin to award the contract to Precision Pavement Marking Incorporated in the amount of $17,589.71 for the City Center Pavement Marking Program. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
The next item that I have, I'm looking for a motion to award the contract to Davis Concrete Contractors for the 2023-24 MFT Concrete Flatwork Program, section number 24-00000-01-GM, in this amount of $253,262.00. Again, in your packet is an award memo showing the bidders and their prices along with the bid tab.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Albert, to award the contract to Davis Concrete Contractors in the amount of $253,262 for the 2023-2024 MFT Concrete Flatwork Program. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
And Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
The next item on the agenda is for a motion to award the contract to Deconstruction in the amount of $236,249.00 for the 2023-24 MFT HMA Patching Program. Again, you have all the information in your packet.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Verche for the approval to award the contract to Deconstruction in the amount of $236,249 for the 2023-2024 MFT HMA Patching Program. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
And Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
One last item, I'm looking for direction and a motion from council to allow staff to include the patching of Hoffman Street from Cheney to Elsie, Elsie from Cora to Hickory, and Cora to Hickory, and Caton Farm from Grandview to the CN Railroad Bridge, which is estimated at $63,751 using the awarded unit price bids from Deconstruction. This will increase the total contract amount to $300,000, which is our budgeted amount. When the project went out for bid, Our engineering estimate, we were way over 300,000, so we cut some locations out. With the bid that came in way under, we would like to add these streets back in. So I'm basically looking for your concurrence to go up and spend up to that $300,000.
So move as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderman Dyke, to award the contract to deconstruction for Hoffman Street from Cheney to Elsie, Elsie from Cora to Hickory, Caton Farm Road from Grandview to CN Railroad Bridge. Questions or, and the amount of $63,751. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
and John Burchett.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And that's all I have tonight. Any questions from council? I can answer those.
Any questions of city engineer? All right, thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Community development, we have nothing on the agenda. Police department, our deputy police chief, Ryan Dobsick, is here this evening. Good evening, Ryan.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do have one item for the agenda tonight. I'm seeking approval for a special event police services agreement with the American Italian Cultural Society for the Festa Italiana. The dates and times are provided for you in your packet.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Jefferson, for approval of the contract for the special events police services agreement with the American Italian Cultural Society for Festa Italia 2023. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Abstain.
Nate Albert,
Abstain.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
and Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no other agenda items, but I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of the police department?
Are you ready for vote?
We're ready.
Oh, you mean we didn't
I'm
have it
ready.
already?
What's that?
I thought we already had it at my house.
We're ready.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks, Ryan. Mayor's report. First one is for the approval of the 110th IML Annual Conference. This was discussed last week at our work session. This would be for all the elected officials and city administrator to attend the conference with the city paying the cost of the conference for reimbursement for mileage, transportation, hotel fees, and parking, and also up to $100 per day, not to exceed $300 for meals for attendance at the conference. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
and Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, that's the only agenda item for the mayor. There was 2 ribbon cuttings that I attended last week. It was last Thursday, June 29th. They were side by side, actually, both on Plainfield Road. The first one that we did was at Crucial Cuts Barber Lounge, which is located at 2201 Plainfield Road. That is Elijah and his family are in the end of that strip mall. We did a ribbon cutting there, and then we went over to Crest Hill Smoke Shop, 2203 Plainfield Road. Isa was there, and we did a ribbon cutting there, so we want to welcome both Crucial Cuts and Crest Hill Smoke Shop into the city of Crest Hill. I hope they have a long tenure here and are very successful. That is it for the mayor's report. If there's any questions.
Yes,
we'll
I
try to
do have
answer.
a question. At our meeting last week, when I made a suggestion on solving an issue for us with our employee that I believed held both licenses, the council was told by you that he did not, even though I personally knew he did. So I went to the IEPA website the next day, and I found out that yes, indeed, I was correct. He had both licenses. I'm just not sure why you told us something that was not true.
Because that was not the information I was given. So Again, I sent out an email in regards to that last week, and we will discuss that in further at the, in an executive session next Monday, July 10th.
Well, I would
Blaine
just,
is back.
I would just appreciate in the future when suggestions are made by people who might maybe know something more than you do. If you, not sure how you don't know this, because I'm pretty sure you did know that, but regardless, perhaps maybe you should check into it, because it took two switches onto the IEPA website to produce this information, which would have taken all of about 3 minutes, so anybody could do it.
Okay, any other questions, comments? All right, moving on, city clerk's report. Our city clerk, Christine Verche Hall.
Thank you. The only thing I had to report tonight is our community-wide garage sale will be Thursday, August 17th through Sunday, August 20th. You will need a permit for this. You could obtain them through the city clerk's office, and the fee is $5. And that's all I have to report.
What was that, Chris, for what?
The citywide garage sale? That's all.
Can we post how many times they can do total possible on the information?
The citywide ones don't count toward nothing.
Correct, but can we like inform the resident on that, as we discussed like a week ago, I think, you and I, about how many people like they're over doing garage sales? Is there a way we can add that on that list?
On the citywide one,
No, like when people come for the permit, to let them know how many garage sales are around a year.
yeah, well, it's on the application that they have to fill out to us that they're only allowed 2 of them besides the citywide ones.
Okay, so they're allowed 4 total a year?
4 altogether, 2 of them
Don't count,
don't count toward their 2.
correct, okay.
But it's right on the application
Okay,
when
thank
they
you.
fill it out.
Any questions of the clerk? All right, thanks, Chris. City treasurer's report. Our treasurer, Glenn Conklin. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I seek your approval on a list of bills through July 5th, 2023, in the amount of $2,510,184.44.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Overland, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of the list of bills. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes,
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
And Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
I thank you all for that. I'd like to report our regular and overtime payroll from June 5th, 2023 through the 18th of June in 2023 in the amount of $251,372.78. Also, you'll see at the dais, the seats, there's a handout, doesn't require action or couldn't be discussed tonight, but I know in the future where Councilman Dyke has asked for a review of our vehicle policy. I think there's some information that we should take into consideration regarding personal use as we move forward with that, so that's all I have for tonight, unless anyone has questions.
So even though we can't vote on this, we can't even discuss it?
No, this is just a informational, it's not on the agenda. We are gonna have a work session regarding, or an upcoming topic for a work session is gonna be our, regarding the use of city-owned vehicles. And this is something that happened that, when we found out, we felt it important to get it to you immediately, so, this is just something for your consideration. I didn't want that to be, a big surprise anytime in the future, so.
Well, it was.
Better than a surprise a week from now, so. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Questions of the treasurer? All right, thanks, Glenn.
Thank you.
Unfinished business. We have nothing on the agenda. Anyone? New business? Committee liaison reports. Anybody? City council comments, positive city council comments, anything you'd like to share with your constituents? We'll begin with Ward 4 this evening. Alderman Kubal.
Nothing to add at this time, Mayor.
Alderman Albert.
Oh, just happy 4th of July to everybody.
Alderman Sapiti.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Overland.
Well, I want to wish everyone a very happy and very safe 4th of July. Very patriotic one, I might add. And I forgot to the last meeting to thank, somebody who helped Ladisa, and I feel really bad about that, Lynn Cola DiPietro. Not only did she bring a big tray of things, but she helped serve everything, and she was a lifesaver. Thank you, Mrs. Cola DiPietro, very, very much.
Alderwoman Gazal.
I'm gonna advertise that July 19, Wednesday, July 19, we'll be holding the second meet at the Park with the Cop and Touch of Truck. It will be held on Zauza Drive in Zauza Subdivision from 6 to 7:30.
What was the date?
July 19, Wednesday, July 19.
Alderman Jefferson.
Nothing at this time.
Alderman Verche.
Everybody have a happy 4th of July, and remember, fireworks are illegal.
Alderman Dyke.
Just want to wish everybody a happy and safe 4th of July. Have a good time with your family and be safe.
Okay. Public comment. Anyone like to address city council, please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Address is optional. Let the record show no one has approached the podium. To our city attorney, Mike Stiff. Mike, is there a need for an executive session?
I do not believe so.
Motion to adjourn, Mayor.
Second.
We have motion for an adjournment by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
and Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
Okay, meeting is adjourned at 7:23 PM. Thank you, good evening, everyone have a safe and happy 4th of July.